my God. Oh, my God.
All day, we've been showing you images like this. Protesters squaring off with ICE agents outside their Broadview facility.
Darius, what can you tell us about how this started?
Hey, Lou, get right. Hey, Lou, get the shot inside of the facility. They have someone on the ground. If you're able to see that person, they're closing the gate right now. There's a person on the ground being held on the ground by those ICE agents. And look, if you pan over right now, Lou, let's see right here with the vehicle. They are plowing through these. They are plowing through the protesters right here. Dana, give me 1 second as I put my mask on because they just sprayed chemical agents again. Okay. So right now, this is what we have been seeing. This has been one of the tensest moments this morning. What just happened right now? You had vehicles that were trying to make its way out. Dana, I'm actually going to move away from the camera now that the smoke is
Darius,
now impacting my eyes.
You need to get away from that smoke. Please, we appreciate you reporting. Get away from that smoke.
I'm back near the vehicle, Dana.
Right now at 4, breaking news. Chaos erupts after federal agents throw tear gas cans from their car window right in the middle of a neighborhood less than a block from an elementary school. In Broadview, a big show of force and more protesters arrested outside the ICE facility, where Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem paid a visit. 3 different law enforcement agencies, including city and state police, remain at the facility. The news starts right now.
Thanks for being with us here at 4. I'm Erica Sargent. There is a lot of breaking news to get to, including Hamas accepting part of the peace plan in Gaza. But first, in our area, the immigration crackdown ramps up. We have team coverage from outside the Broadview ICE facility and in Logan Square, where federal agents were seen throwing tear gas cans. That's where we find our Charlie DeMar live for us. Charlie.
And Erica, videos widely circulating online show what you just described. Federal agents appear to be throwing tear gas out of their car window. It happened just before noon. We're near the intersection of Central Park and Armitage, and it also happens to be in front of Funston Elementary School.
A team in combat gear riding along an armored vehicle with a helicopter overhead made for a stunning backdrop as people like Kyle Frankovich were taken into custody.
An agent grabbed me, threw me down. I was then zip-tied and detained.
Frankovich was one of about a dozen protesters detained on October 3rd outside the Broadview ICE facility. He's placed along a guardrail. That's him on the right in the light blue shirt.
I was pulled to the ground and ordered arrested.
Juan Munoz was also there, protesting.
And detained with the plastic handcuffs and led away fairly quickly without any explanation.
He's an Oak Park Village trustee.
I was being held against a guardrail, made to stand there for 40 minutes, not knowing what was happening. I was not told that I was accused of anything.
The day they were detained was the same day U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem and Border Patrol Commander Greg Bavino were at the facility.
It felt very much like we were just being used for this political theater.
Kristi Noem was able to walk past us, surrounded by photographers, videographers, essentially just getting us in the background as she walked by.
Then look what happened. Homeland Security sent out these social media posts showing Kyle in handcuffs.
Tonight here at the Broadview ICE facility, there are protesters lined up at the fence, ICE agents on the roof, but there has not been any chemical agents or pepper balls deployed like we saw this weekend. But when our Asal Razai was here this morning, there was no one here. It was just her inside her car when she was hit by a pepper ball shot by an ICE agent.
You'll hear me multiple times have to clear my throat as I inhaled a lot of some of the powder that you saw here.
Our own Asal Razai says she was driving near the Broadview ICE facility entrance Sunday morning to see if any activity was taking place. It's a job she, as well as many of our reporters and photojournalists, have been doing the last few weeks as protests continue to break out.
Yeah.
You are watching as Broadview police respond to a 911 call, claiming someone was tampering with a gate at the ICE detention facility there. Body camera footage obtained by the CBS News Chicago investigators shows several Broadview police officers respond to an alleged Homeland Security threat. The gate in question is where ICE takes detained immigrants for processing.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
How are you?
Good. We got a call of subjects trying to climb over the fence or something.
No, not since we've been here.
But when police arrive, all they find is 2 people and a camera. Our CBS photographer filming the exterior of the building with a CBS security guard by his side.
Okay, you guys didn't tamper with any of the...
No, man.
The 911 call claiming someone was tampering with the gate came from an ICE agent. According to this incident report, an ICE agent called police for help.
But he can't go and try to force his way into that door.
Okay, so the guy in the
He just says
No,
that
the
he
guy
was
in
just
the
recording.
camera.
Do you believe that that was a false call?
I do.
Again, it was just our CBS photographer filming the exterior of the building.
In your mind, bogus.
Yes. It's disturbing. It's ridiculous.
Broadview Police Chief Thomas Mills says this is just one of several questionable 911 calls his police department has received from ICE at this facility recently.
A red car drove through the protest is what I'm now hearing. We're now trying to just get a little bit closer to see exactly what happened.
Now we have at least several Chicago Police Squad cars that are now defaced with graffiti.
And those who are protesting, like I mentioned, continuing to do so while this search presumably begins for this car.
In this surveillance video from a nail salon, you see ICE officers pull up in a Jeep with lights flashing right in front of a silver Subaru. The Department of Homeland Security says the man behind the wheel is Silverio Villegas Gonzalez. Officers walk over to the car. One goes to the passenger side window, the other to the driver's side window. The officer at the passenger side appears to try to open the door. Then Villegas Gonzalez starts backing up, then drives away. You still see the officer who was at the passenger side door in the video. But what you don't see is the officer who was at the driver's side window.
What do you feel for those families in that South Shore raid?
Oh, that was horrible.
The federal raid on this 130-unit apartment building at 75th and South Shore in September has led to a congressional investigation by the Homeland Security and Judiciary Committees.
They had little children and old people outside and in handcuffs.
You're just raiding the whole building.
Federal agents from the FBI, ATF, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection, using flashbang grenades and battering rams, trampled through these apartments.
Ridiculous.
In this October 6th letter to Department of Homeland Security Director Kristi Noem and Attorney General Pamela Bondi, ranking Democrats accuse federal agents of violence against innocent people, including children swept up and taken away wearing little clothing. In cell phone video, you can see this one wrapped in a blanket.
And that's a little girl, and she's out here damn near naked.
Political reporter Chris Ty here now with the details of a deposition that sounds like it was aggressive right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate, Joe and Erica. These freshly unsealed transcripts reveal a meeting so tense, attorneys chastised each other right away for not shaking Bovino's hand when it began, each telling the other to show more respect. The full readout shows inconsistencies and roadblocks, technicalities and tension on a palpably tough Halloween morning at Dirksen.
I'm the commander of Operation Midway Blitz.
The Blitz boss was asked a lot about this, a late October immigration action in Little Village, where Bovino is seen throwing tear gas above the heads of a crowd without warning. Attorneys ask him, did you throw a canister of CS gas in this particular location on this particular day? You would tell me yes to that question too? I would not, Bovino said.
This surveillance video shows 68-year-old Federico Diaz Acevedo setting up his car at 47th and Hermitage in the back of the Yards neighborhood to sell tamales. Minutes later, 2 federal agents arrive, approach the vendor, known to many as Don Federico, detain him, and drive away. They came out of nowhere, Don Federico's daughter-in-law, Alexi Marin, told me as she stood next to his cart that was left behind. She says Don Federico had stopped selling tamales for a few weeks when federal agents first arrived in Chicago in September. But he told her he had bills and rent to pay and returned to selling tamales. Don Federico is seen in this recent video posted on social media selling his tamales in cold temperatures. But now his family is worried for this grandfather of 2. All that is left behind is Don Federico's cart and uncertainty of his future. ¿Y aquí lo dejó? Sí.